This is not Afghanistan, it's not Iraq, it's the Sahel, and it's becoming the next global battlefield. The enemy wears no uniform, the lines are blurred, and the war has already begun. Africa's Sahel region, a vast semi-arid belt stretching from Senegal to Sudan, is unraveling. Terrorist groups linked to al-Qaeda and ISIS have turned these lawless expanses into breeding grounds for insurgency. And as Western forces retreat, Russia, Wagner, and opportunistic foreign actors move in. This is Africa's next jihad, and it's not just Africa's problem. Let's be clear, we're not dealing with ragtag rebels. These are structured, disciplined insurgencies. Groups like JNIM, Jamaat Nusrat al-Muslimin, and ISGS, Islamic State in the Greater Sahara, now control territory, tax populations, and impose Sharia law. Why? Because the state has collapsed. Mali has suffered 2 coups. Burkina Faso, 2 more in 1 year. Niger followed suit in 2023. Civilian governments failed to stop the violence. Now, military juntas promise security but deliver instability. The result? Over 4,000 deaths in 2023 alone tied to jihadist activity. More than 2.6 million civilians displaced, villages burned, women kidnapped, children forced into militias or killed in the crossfire. This is what a failed state looks like. When the center collapses, the periphery becomes the battlefield. The West is pulling out. France, after years of counter-terror operations, withdrew its forces from Mali and Niger. The UN's peacekeeping mission, MINUSMA, disbanded. Into that void steps Russia. Through the Wagner Group, Moscow offers security, but it's transactional. They want access to gold mines, political leverage, and a new front in their global shadow war. Turkey is watching. China is investing. Everyone sees the Sahel for what it is, a geostrategic vacuum with global consequences. But this isn't just jihad, it's ethnic war. Fulani herders, often accused of supporting militants, are hunted by rival tribal militias. The jihadists exploit this, weaponizing ethnicity to recruit and destabilize. The cycle is brutal. Terror attack, reprisal killing, mass displacement, more recruits. And the more fractured the region becomes, the stronger the insurgents grow. What happens in the Sahel does not stay in the Sahel. Ungoverned zones are now launch pads for jihadist operations targeting the coastal West African states, Ghana, Togo, Benin, Côte d'Ivoire, all on high alert. Meanwhile, the Sahel remains a critical transit corridor for migrants heading north, straight toward Europe's doorstep. Each surge in violence adds fuel to migration, smuggling, and transnational insecurity. And behind it all, climate stress, droughts, shrinking food supplies, vanishing water. The war for ideology is colliding with the war for survival. Commanders, analysts, and policymakers, take note, with NGOs expelled, journalists silenced, and militaries controlling the narrative. Accurate intelligence is vanishing, which means the next warning may not come from a satellite. It may come from channels like this. Key indicators to monitor: jihadist expansions into southern Burkina Faso and northern Ghana, growing Russian deployments, especially Wagner-linked elements, collapse of regional alliances. The G5 Sahel force is effectively defunct, a surge in anti-Western protests and propaganda. This isn't a bushfire, it's a geopolitical inferno. If you care about global stability, national security, or the future of Africa, you need to track the Sahel. Like, share, subscribe. This isn't noise, it's a forecast. And the storm's already begun. The world ignored Afghanistan in the 90s. It paid the price. The Sahel is next. The only question is, will we see it coming this time?